All right. In words of Enrico Palazzo, let's play ball. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Edwin Jackson Raider Field. It is a state line showdown between the 7A school out of Alabama, the Smiths Station Panthers, traveling across the river to take on the Shaw Raiders. Here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we'll have the starting lineups for you. Smith Station comes in 6-13, but they have played a very tough schedule. A lot of 7A schools across Alabama, and they did lose to Glenwood 14-3 on Friday. Saw that game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They're taking on a Shaw team coming in with an 8-7 record. We've had a couple of games here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, including a loss to Brookstone last week. And they also defeated Hardaway 11-6, lost to Columbus 4-0. And Shaw comes in with an 8-7 record. They are 4-1 in region play. They are currently in second place behind Columbus, which is still undefeated. So Shaw right now in Class 2A Region 1 stands at 4-1. Right behind them is Jordan with a 5-2 record, 9-5 overall. Hardaway with a 3-2 record, 9-4 overall. Sumter County 5-5, 5-9 overall. So on the mound for the Shaw Raiders is Cohen Watkins, and he is going to face Tanner Moody of Smith Station. So let's take a look at the Panthers' starting lineups. Leading things off and playing left field is Lawson Stratton, batting second. And playing third base is Kanan McDonald. Batting third and playing first base is Hunter McGlawn. And the cleanup hitter and the shortstop is Evan Long. And we'll have the rest of the lineup after the first pitch, as Cohen Watkins gets sets and delivers, and there's a ground ball right to the first baseman, tags the bag for the first out. So one pitch and one out, as that was 3 unassisted, and now Kanan McDonald is going to step up to the plate for the Panthers. Both teams have had success winning baseball championships. Smith Station won a baseball championship in 2015. Shaw won a baseball championship in 2001. As Watkins, that pitch is a ball, 1-0. Shaw led by their head coach, Howie Shackelford. Smith Station led by their coach, Wesley Bird, a longtime assistant who's taken over for Coach Ferry. There's a throw back, almost very close. Almost got him right there. They got a good lead over at first. Watkins. The 1-0 to McDonald. Little tap bunt. Throw to first. Got the runner. All right, so that will be one away. And there's a correction. It looked like that he did beat out the throw, so that was not an out. So we do have a runner at first. It looked like it was a close play at the bag, and the angle where I'm at thought that the first baseman tag the bag, but he did not. The runner actually beat it. So here comes Hunter McLawn coming up to the plate. The first baseman. Smiths Station in one of the toughest areas in the state of Alabama with Central, Auburn, and Opelika. There's a 1-1, and that is going to be foul back. In fact, they are 2 years removed from reaching the semifinals where they lost to Central. Central would go on and lose to Vestavia Hills in the 7A championship. They got to the semifinals last year, and that's going to be popped up. Playable, Dormady battling the sun and makes the catch. Good job by Connor Dormady. Kind of doesn't have shades out there, but, you know, you could probably use some shades. And quickly there are two away here in the top of the first. And now the cleanup hitter, Evan Long, is going to step up to the plate for Smiths Station. Got a runner at second now. First pitch to Long, and that is going to be fouled. It's 0-1. As this game brought to you by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We want to thank our presenting sponsors, Kinetic Credit Union, Gordy Eye Care, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, and Buffalo Rock. And 1-0-1 pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. If you just missed our spring media day yesterday at the Beck Center, it was a huge success. We want to thank all the schools that came out. We want to thank Roger Beck for feeding us and really giving us a place to do the spring media day. There's a grounder right over to the third baseman. Throw to first in time. And Smiths Station strands the runner at second. All right, we go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Bottom of the first, Shaw coming up to bat, and here's the starting lineup for the Shaw Raiders. Leading things off and playing center field is Sincere Ford. Batting second and behind the plate is Deshaun Mays. Batting third and playing third base, Otis Stevens, the cleanup hitter, and playing second base is Connor Dormady. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is Kingsley Long, batting sixth, and the DH Kingston Long. Batting seventh, the first baseman Ashton Weeks. Batting eighth, the left fielder Dylan Lockhart, and batting ninth, Jeremiah Lovett. And on the mound for Smiths Station is Tanner Moody, and he faces the leadoff hitter, Sincere Ford, and the first pitch is popped up, playable, deep center field, and camped underneath it and making the catch is Nate Malone for the first out. So one pitch, one out. Now Deshaun Mays will be the batter. Deshaun Mays is batting .261 with 10 RBIs and a double. And he takes a ball outside. Moody delivers. Pitch to Mays. Foul back. 1-1. We are live here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field on the campus of Shaw High School. Back in the early 2000s, this place was known as Shaw U. Got the 1-1 to Mays, and that's looped into left field, and that's going to be fouled. That was like right on the line, and it's going to be a 1-2 count. So Smiths Station and Shaw have faced off a couple of times in other sports, including the State Line Showdown, which was aired on WTVM earlier this year, the beginning of the school year, as that is outside ball too. They're going to play again, this time at Kinnett Stadium. Looking forward to that. There's a 2-2. Mays, swing and a miss. And down on strikeouts, and Tanner Moody gets the strikeout. So quickly 2 away here in the first. And Otis Stevens coming up to the plate. He's batting .385 with 16 RBIs and a homer. And Moody starts him off with a strike. So 0-1 count to Otis Stevens. And that gets away from Folds. So Shaw, 8-7. They defeated Kendrick on Friday, 19-1. As that is in there for a strike, it's 1-2. Got a big region game tomorrow at Jordan High School. Shaw and Jordan tomorrow. And that's looped into center. Malone makes the grab in a 3-up, 3-down inning for Tanner Moody. We played one here at Shaw. It's scoreless. We'll be back. Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Top of the second inning, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank Colin Scroggins and CNAW2 News for partnering with us, as Georgia Alabama Sports Live is now your official local sports provider for CNAW2 News. Real fast, real local, real Colin. Big shout out to Colin Scroggins, who, by the way, went to Smiths Station. So just wanted to give him a shout out because we got Shaw at Smiths Station, and also we got the alma maters of WRBL's Jack Patterson with Shaw, and the alma mater for WTVM's Tony Reese for Smiths Station. Jake Folds is going to step up to the plate for the Panthers. Facing off against Cohen Watkins. Watkins, first pitch to Folds. Is inside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. It's a little looper. A ground ball right to first base. Gotta try to hurry up to tag the bag and could not. That's going to be an infield single for Jake Folds. And so Smiths Station has got a runner at first. And Tristan Ward will be the batter. As Watkins is about to throw his 10th pitch here in the second inning. And that's going to be popped up, fouled out of play. And looking at the pitching stats on the season, this looks like the first appearance for Cohen Watkins. That is according to Max Preps. Very close play at first, but Folds is back in time. Watkins from the stretch. The 0-1, runner goes. That's going to be low in the dirt, and that's going to be a stolen base for Jake Folds. So Smiths Station's got a runner in scoring position with a 1-1 count. Upcoming schedule for Smiths Station, they are taking on Russell County tomorrow. And then they will be hosting Columbus on the 20th, on that Thursday. The 2-1. That gets by away from the catcher. And that's another stolen base for Folds. And now Smiths Station has got a runner at third with a 3-1 count. Three balls, one strike. The pitch to Ward. High fly ball, deep, and foul. Probably over by the ticket area, the table that they're setting up to get entry into the ballpark. And now it's a full count. Watkins, payoff pitch. Little chopper over to Kingsley Long, throws to first. He's got the out, but the run will score, and Smiths Station takes the 1-0 lead. That will be an RBI for Tristan Ward. 6-3 on the putout, but Smiths Station now leads 1-0. Now Sawyer Renz starts him off with a strike, 0-1. Watkins, 0-1 is low. So base is empty here in the top of the second. Smiths Station on top, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-2. It's a 1-2 count to the right fielder, Sawyer Renz. It's outside for a ball. It's 2-2. There's the 2-2 pitch to Sawyer Renz. There's a little chopper. Is that going to be fair? Looks like it was fair. And got him at first. What a play by Otis Stevens to get the out. But did the umpire call a foul? Yes, he did. All right, well, that was a good play by Otis Stevens, but that's – yep. The scoreboard's going to have to change the scoreboard back to just one out. All right, here's the pitch. It's a 2-2 count. It's going to be outside. It runs the count full. Watkins delivers the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. And Sawyer Renz is aboard with a walk. And now Trevor Harris will come up to the plate. Last year, Smiths Station went 14-17, 2-6, and they lost 4 straight area games, including a 3-game sweep to Central. It was really one of those series where if they controlled their own destiny going into the playoffs, as that is going to be low for a ball to Trevor Harris. One of the key players on their team last year is now at Auburn, Brandon McCrane, who was the older brother of Mason McCrane, who's playing at Glenwood. The 1-0, it's high for a ball. It's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. And that pitch is in there for a strike to the second baseman, Trevor Harris. With a runner at first and 1 down here in the second. Shaw hoping for a double play. Watkins. It's going to be low, 3-1. Don't forget, we've got a fantastic 5 games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I'm going to be at CVCC for CVCC softball. We got Brookstone and Pacelli. We got Westfield School and Calvary. We've got Calvary, Pacelli soccer. And we also got Harris County baseball. You don't want to miss it. There's the 3-1. Low ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Watkins. And now the number 9 hitter, Nate Malone, is going to come up to the plate for Smiths Station. Smiths Station 6-13 on the season, but they have played a lot of tough teams. Some of the teams in the area they faced off against, including Northside, Glenwood. They lost to Glenwood twice. As that pitch is outside of Malone. They did defeat Lee Scott Academy, and they split a doubleheader with Russell County. Watkins, the 1-0. That is low for a ball. It is 2-0. They lost to Chelsea, Beauregard. We got a tough schedule coming up as well, including Dothan, Albertville, Briarwood Christian, Hartselle. That's part of their spring break tour. As that the runner goes, there's the throw down. Deceivers tag him. No, he's safe. That was a close play. But he got underneath the tag. And Sawyer Renz now at third. 3-0, and that's in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch. Popped up. Dormady calls everybody off. Nope, Kingston Long's going to take that one for the second out. Malone pops up, and now we're back to the top of the order. here with 2 away. And Lawson Stratton, who's 1 for 1 with a single, he was stranded at second base in the first inning. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's a 1-0 count to Lawson Stratton. Watkins, 1-0 is high. It's 2-0. Also, we got Glenwood and Smiths Station softball going on later today. It's a 2-0. That's chopped foul, and it's going to be 2-1. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Trying to give you the coverage you deserve all over the Chattahoochee Valley in the Tri-City area. Two, 1. It's popped up. Sincere Ford. Kemps underneath it and makes the grab, and Smiths Station strands 2 runners on base, but not before the Panthers put up a run on the board as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And Smiths Station leads Shaw 1-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
All right, Connor Dormady going to lead things off for Shaw as Smiths Station leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Tanner Moody, who had a 1-2-3 inning in that first, starts him off with a ball outside. And then Dormady fouls that one back. It's 1-1. Shaw's got a big region game tomorrow at Jordan High School. Battle for second place in the region. Shaw comes in with 4-1 record. Jordan 5-2. It's the 1-1. In there for strike 2. It's 1-2. As you get more of these region games, you'll start seeing separation with these teams. That is outside. It is 2-2. And unlike basketball, they don't have the region tournament to try to determine who's going to get into the playoffs. So these regular season games count more than ever. Moody delivers a 2-2, and that is popped up, out of play. Hope that doesn't hit my car. As once again, as I've made my third appearance here at Shaw this year, and decided to park at Kinnett Stadium because the walk is a lot closer. Here's a 2-2. And it's high ball 3. A full count to the cleanup hitter, Connor Dormady. Moody, payoff pitch. Strike 3, inside corner. That's the second strikeout for Tanner Moody. He's retired the first 4 batters. And now here comes one of the hottest hitters in the Tri-City area. Kingsley Long stepping up to the plate. Batting .344, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. He takes ball 1. Here's the pitch. It's in there, strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Kingsley Long, remembered for his multiple home run game against Hardaway. Here's the 1-1. Change up, and that is lined in a left for a base hit. And the hot hitting continues for Kingsley Long. It's the first hit of the game for Shaw. And now his brother coming up to the plate, Kingsley Long. And Kingsley Long is a threat to steal. Definitely got to watch out for him, because especially when you're trying to get the tying run aboard. Kingston Long has 8 stolen bases on the season. That pitch is high for a ball. It is 2-1 to Kingston Long. That is going to get away from the catcher. Kingsley Long has a stolen base. That's his 9th of the season. And it's now a 3-1 count to Kingston Long. There's a 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It runs the count full. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And then the throw back over to second base, trying to keep Kingsley Long over there honest. Love it, payoff pitch. Got him inside corner, strike 3. That was a close pitch, and Kingston Long is down on strikeouts. That's the 3rd strikeout for Tanner Moody. Now Ashton Weeks starts him off with a strike, 0-1. We're here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Smiths Station leads Shaw 1-0. And strike 2. So Ashton Weeks behind in the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Kingsley Long stranded at second as we played 2. Smiths Station leads Shaw 1-0. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the third inning, we got Kanan McDonald leading things off for Smiths Station. Up 1-0 in this state line showdown between the Smiths Station Panthers, a 7A school out of Alabama, Smiths Station, Alabama, to be exact, taking on the Shaw Raiders out of Columbus. Both teams have had success winning state championships. Kanan McDonald grounded to a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Watkins, the 0-1, a little chopper foul. Otis Stevens with the shades, trying to guard that line. It's 0-2 count to Kanan McDonald. Smiths Station comes in with a 6-13 record. They've played a lot of tough competition, including a lot of top schools in Alabama. 0-2 is a changeup that's in the dirt, 1-2. They dropped that game on Friday against Glenwood. You saw that game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The 1-2. Little sidearm pitch that is high for a ball, 2-2. Don't forget, tomorrow, our 5-game extravaganza. Here's the 2-2. That is lined in a center field for a leadoff single for Kanan McDonald. And he quickly slides back into first. And now Hunter McGlawn, who popped out to the second baseman his first time up. Smiths Station just trying to get into the win column, trying to build confidence before they start area play. Led by their head coach, Wesley Bird. And you talk about that area of Central, Auburn, and Opelika, the margin of error is slim to none. Because winning a series could be the difference of making the playoffs and not making the playoffs, because only 2 teams in that area are going to make the playoffs. High fly ball, foul. It was a good cut by Hunter McGlawn, and it is an 0-1 count. Shaw also trying to be one of the top teams in their region. Currently stand at 8-7 overall, 4-1 in the region. Right behind Columbus, who's undefeated, and they're going to take on Jordan tomorrow, who's 5-2. Watkins, the 0-1 is outside. That evens the count to the number 3 hitter, Hunter McGlawn. Don't forget, tomorrow we got Brookstone and Pacelli, Westfield School, and Calvary. There's the 1-1. It is outside. It is 2-1. The 2-1 to McGlawn. Right down the middle. It is 2-2. Also, we got Harris County hosting Griffin. Some of the other games around the area tomorrow include Columbus at Sumter County, Russell County, and Smiths Station. We got Carver and Kendrick. Hardaway taking on Spencer. Northside's on the road taking on Mundy's Mill. Central on the road taking on Stanhope Elmore for a doubleheader. 2-2, and that is just miss. And it's a 3-2 count to Hunter McGlawn. It's in the dirt, ball 4. So Smiths Station with 2 runners on. And now the cleanup hitter, Evan Long, is coming up to the plate. Coach Shackelford wants to have a talk with his pitcher. And right now he's pitched well over 40 pitches. We'll see what Coach Shackelford does here if he goes to the bullpen. This is Cohen Watkins' first appearance. We are underway at Glenwood, between Glenwood and Smiths Station softball. There's Noah Shelton on the call. Evan Long gets ready to step in. 2 runners on and no outs. Here in the third. Watkins, first pitch to Long, showing bunt, pulls back, it's a ball. Want to know count. He gets by the catcher. The runners are going to advance. And that breaks up the double play. Smiths Station will have runners in scoring position. Golden opportunity for the Panthers to tack on more runs. Here's the 2-0. That is high, ball 3. It's a 3-0 count to Evan Long, who is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning. 3-0, swing and a miss. And Deshaun Mays just trying to get to that one. There's a 2-2. So, yeah, that was a 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging for strike 3. So, Cohen Watkins strikes out the cleanup hitter, and now Jake Folds. He was singled. Had 2 stolen bases and scored a run in the second. Kind of got things going for Smiths Station as they lead 1-0 here in the top of the third. Watkins, the 1-0 to Folds is a changeup that's high and above the letters. It's a 2-0 count. Watkins delivers. 2-0 pitch, chopped foul, and you got to keep your head on a swivel if you're in the Shaw dugout. That's coming at you right at you. And even if you're on the net, you got some of the players leaning on the net. You just gotta keep your head up. It's 2-1 count. And the pitch. Right on the outside corner, it's strike 2. It is 2-1, or 2-2 rather. So right behind me, I believe they're actually building a soccer field for Shaw. Got some bleachers out there. It's popped up, shallow left. Underneath it is Dylan Lockhart, and Sincere Ford makes the catch. And what a throw back into the infield to hold the runner at third. Sincere Ford with a catch in shallow center throws it back to the infield, so there will be no tag. That was a huge play. Because it looked like McDonald wanted to tag up. Now Tristan Ward, the batter. Changeup that's high above the letters, 1-0. Watkins, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's now a 1-1 count to the number 6 hitter, Tristan Ward. There's the 1-1 pitch to Ward. It's in the dirt. And a good stop by Mays. Make sure the runner does not advance. It's 2-1. So Smiths Station 2 years removed from reaching the 7A semifinals where they took on Central. One of the most epic battles at Darnell Nelson Field. There's a 2-1. That is rope foul. It's now 2-2. I was there as a fan. I don't remember a time where I seen a baseball game that well attended. There was not an empty seat. There were chairs everywhere. That was a special year. They went 25-16-1. They went 4-4 in the region. They were able to defeat Fairhope and Baker. And they did lose to Central in games 1 and 2, 8-4 and 8-1, but it was still a special moment for Smiths Station to get to the semifinals that happened 2 years ago. Well, we got a pitching change. That's going to be all for Cohen Watkins. We'll have a new pitcher. He'll throw his warm-up tosses, and we're going to go ahead and take a break here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as Smiths Station leads Shaw 1-0. We'll be back. Welcome back here to Edwin Jackson Raider Field on the campus of Shaw High School. This field was named after legendary baseball player Edwin Jackson, who won a state championship in 2001. He would go on to play in the major leagues from 2003 to 2019. And so the new pitcher on the mound for Shaw is Nathan Truitt. He has pitched 6 2/3 innings so far this year with a 3.15 earned run average. This is his third appearance. He's trying to hold this lead by Smiths Station to just 1 run. Smiths Station is threatening. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And we got Tristan Ward. That is coming up to the plate. Speaking of Smiths Station Panthers, what a pitching performance by Brody Dixon and the Chattahoochee Valley Pirates on Friday. The former Smiths Station Panther was able to get the complete game shutout as the Smiths Station Panther as CVCC defeated Shelton State. It's a 3-2 count to Tristan Ward. Truitt. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And Nathan Truitt comes into the third and shuts the door on Smiths Station. They strand 2 runners. We go to the bottom of the third. Smiths Station leading Shaw 1-0. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Bottom of the third inning, and Dylan Lockhart is going to come up to the plate for Shaw as Smiths Station leads 1-0. First pitch to Lockhart is high for a ball, 1-0. And that's in there for a strike. It is 1-1. And that's going to be a ball, 2-1. Lockhart batting .280 on the season. And that's going to be fouled. Back to the fence. It's 2-2. Well, the net. It acts like a fence, but it is a net. It's a towering net that got the 2-2 count. Strike three, outside corner. What a pitch by Tanner Moody. That's the fifth strikeout from Moody. Now Jeremiah Lovett, the number 9 hitter, coming up for the Raiders. First pitch to Lovett. And that's in there for a strike. Smiths Station will turn around tomorrow and take on Russell County, big-time rival. We got Coach Danny Danielson, assistant coach, Michael Long Jr., big friend of the program, as that's swung on a miss for a strike. And you know, Coach Long has got to be watching this, not only to prep for Smiths Station, but to see his former players, Kingston Long and Kingsley Long, do great things for Shaw as they played underneath them at Carver 2 years ago. Got to look at the overall stats of all the players around the valley, but here's the 1-2, and that's fouled back by Lovett, just staying alive in the count. But I believe that Kingsley Long is leading the Chattahoochee Valley area with 3 home runs. I don't know if there's anybody else. I'll have to look at the stats. So I'm a big baseball stats guy. I'm going to compile all these stats. The 1-2. And it's low. It runs the count to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Lovett. And it just misses. It runs the count full. We got the top of the order coming up for Shaw. Here's the payoff pitch. And that is lined into right field, a base hit. And Jeremiah Lovett's got a 1-out single. And so with the Raiders, got the tying run aboard here in the third. Sincere Ford will be the batter. One of the top hitters on the Raiders this season. Batting .424. He is 0 for 1 in this game, and that gets by the catcher Folds. And Lovett's got a stolen base. And now Shaw's got the runner in scoring position. Moody, first pitch to Ford, is on the corner for a strike, 1-1. Moody checks Lovett at second and throws back to second. Trying to keep Lovett honest. We're here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the 1-1 to Ford, and that is grounded right to the second baseman, bobbles it, throws it to first. Did he get him? What a play by Sincere Ford to beat out the throw. He is safe. I just wanted to make sure that the umpire was going to call it. But now we got runners at the corners for Shaw. Sincere Ford's speed able to beat out the throw. It was bobbled by the second baseman, Trevor Harris. Now we got Deshaun Mays, the number 2 hitter, who's 0 for 1. He struck out. He's batting .261. Runner goes. Hit and run is on, and that's going to be fouled. Going to try to get the hit and run to get Lovett home. But if you do that, you're risking, if he hits a line drive, that would double up either Lovett or Ford at first. And that's going to be a strike, and Sincere Ford ends up snatching a base. And that is his 13th stolen base of the season. And Shaw has got the winning run in scoring position. It is an 0-2 count to Deshaun Mays. Got to find a way to get these runs home. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And that's the 6th strikeout for Tanner Moody, and that's a big one because now there are 2 away. And Otis Stevens, who is 0 for 1, he flied out to center in the first. First pitch to Stevens is high for a ball. It's 1-0. Stevens with one swing could give Shaw the lead here in the third. Moody, the 1-0. Little check swing, and Moody underhands it to first. Actually, he's going to take it himself. And Shaw strands runners in scoring position. We played 3 here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field, and Smiths Station leading Shaw 1-0. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the fourth inning. Sawyer Renz is going to lead things off for the Panthers, who does not have an official at bat. He walked in the second. Smiths Station leading 1-0 against the Shaw Raiders as Nathan Truitt, who came in the third in relief. First pitch to Renz is a changeup, swung on a miss for strike one. Truitt delivers. The 0-1 to Renz. Fastball, line drive, left field. And that is going to be a base hit. That was a dive attempt by Lockhart. And there's the throw into second. And Sawyer Renz has got a leadoff double. It was a good effort by Dylan Lockhart, but could not make the play. And now Trevor Harris, who walked in the second. Truitt checks the runner. First pitch, showing bunt, and bunts it foul. This broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, and Buffalo Rock. We also want to thank our broadcast partner, CNAW2 News and Colin Scroggins. There's the 0-1 pulling back the bunt, and that's going to be a stolen base for Renz. And now he is 90 feet away from tacking on the second run of the game for Smiths Station. Truitt, the 1-1 is high for a ball. And it's now a 2-1 count. Truitt delivers. The 2-1, a fastball. It gets by the catcher. Here comes the runner. There's a throw, and he's safe. And Smiths Station now leads 2-0. It was a pass ball. And Sawyer Renz ends up scoring the second run for Smiths Station. So the bases are empty for the Panthers. Truitt, swing and a miss. Runs the count full at 3-2. As Truitt just got to focus on the batter here. Delivers. The payoff pitch. There's a ground ball over to Long. Throw to first. And it gets away from the first baseman. And that throw. Got him! What a throw! Ashton Weeks guns him out. Trevor Harris tried to advance on the overthrow. And he gets thrown out for the first out. Now Nate Malone. Truitt, first pitch, it's popped up into left field. Lockhart camps underneath it and makes the grab for the second out. So one pitch, one out, back to the top of the order. Lawson Stratton, who is 1 for 2. Flied out to center and singled. Singled in the first. Truitt. First pitch to Stratton is a curveball that just missed. It's a 1-0 count. Truitt delivers. The 1-0. Fastball that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We get ready for a 5-game extravaganza tomorrow, starting with CVCC softball. There's a change up and just missed. It's 2-1. That first pitch will be at 2 o'clock at CVCC. 2-1, popped up in the infield. Playable. Weeks makes the catch. And that will retire the side. But Smiths Station does put up a run here in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and now Smiths Station leads Shaw 2-0. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Connor Dormady is going to lead things off for Shaw. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 2nd. We do have a score update in the Smiths Station Glenwood game. Bottom of the 2nd inning, and Smiths Station leads Glenwood 2-1. That is softball on the campus of Glenwood, as those schools are separated by 2 miles. Smiths Station baseball played Glenwood on Friday. There's the 1-0. That is fouled back. It is 1-1. Glenwood was able to win that one by a score of 14-3. Moody, the 1-1 to Dormady. And that's going to be a ball, 2-1. So Tanner Moody on to pitch the 4th. Hasn't given up a run yet. Delivers. 2-1 to Dormady. And that's going to be a strike. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Dormady. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing out of the strike zone. And that is 7 strikeouts for Tanner Moody. And now Kingsley Long, who's 1 for 1 with a stolen base, a single. First pitch to Long. Swing and a miss. 0-1. As I believe, Kingsley Long does lead the area with 3 home runs. That is foul back. He is down in the count, 0-2. We'll try to get confirmation for the rest of the hitters around the area. We've got some good ones. But so far, the home run leader is Kingsley Long. The 0-2. And a good eye by Long taking that pitch. It is 1-2. And there's the pitch to Long, and there's a ground ball foul. And Long just protecting. Just anything close in the strike zone, he's going to try to protect. Smiths Station leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning over the Shaw Raiders. Moody, the 1-2, and that is foul back. Just trying to battle up there is Kingsley Long. By the way, we've got a soccer match tonight. Hardaway taking on Jordan at Otis Spencer. Hardaway baseball actually hosting Manchester. There's the 1-2. That is lined into left field. Is that going to be a foul ball? You know, he did a good job pulling it on the line, but the umpire calls it foul. Also, we've got a golf matchup tonight. Columbus taking on Northside at Bull Creek over there in Midland. How about we got a golf matchup going on at Bull Creek? How about that? There's the 1-2. Strike 3 got him looking, and that is 8 strikeouts for Tanner Moody. What a performance here in the fourth. And now Kingston Long, who is one of the strikeout victims, 0 for 1. Moody, first pitch to Long, outside, ball 1. Moody, that's lined into right field for a base hit. And that gets off the first base's glove. Kingsley Long's around in second. He's got a 2-out double. What a hit by Kingston Long to pull the ball to get a double. They're going to rule that one a base hit. And the inning's alive for Ashton Weeks, who represents the tying run here in the fourth. Moody from the stretch. First pitch to Weeks. Swing and a miss. The 0-1 to Weeks. It's outside, 1-1. Shaw 8-7 on the season, 4-1 in region play. The 1-1 to Weeks. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Weeks has got to protect. He represents the tying run. Shaw will have a region game tomorrow where they will face Jordan. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that's the 9th strikeout for Tanner Moody. It strands Kingston Long at second. And we have played 4 here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field. It's Smiths Station leading Shaw 2-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smiths Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Top of the 5th inning, the Smiths Station Panthers leading the Shaw Raiders 2-0 here in a state line showdown. Kanan McDonald is going to lead things off here in the 5th. Smiths Station will continue playing non-region opponents, including Russell County tomorrow, Columbus later this week. Truitt, first pitch is a changeup that breaks and hits the inside part of that strike zone, 0-1. But in April, that's when they start area play. They're going to start things off with Opelika, Central, and Auburn. And that fouled, actually got a piece of the bat. And it's a foul tip. It's 0-2. Yeah, on April 2nd and 3rd, they will play a home-and-home against Opelika. The 9th and 10th, they got a doubleheader against Central on April the 10th at Smiths Station. That might be a game that we definitely could possibly live stream on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's a 1-2 count to Kanan McDonald. As Nathan Truitt delivers. Change up, ground ball. That's going to be right to Stevens. And it gets by, and it's going to be in left field for a base hit. As Stevens might have lost it in the sun. They're going to rule that one a single by Kanan McDonald. That's his second single of the game. And now Hunter McGlawn will be the batter for Smiths Station. Truitt, first pitch to McGlawn is outside for a ball. The 1-0 to McGlawn. It gets, that's going to be a foul tip. It got away from the catcher, but it looked like it's a dead ball. And it's a 1-1 count. First of all, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. And I did not have time to make a green scoreboard. There's a throw over to second base, and it gets into the outfield. That's going to be a stolen base for McDonald. He had a good jump on that. Smiths Station's got a runner in scoring position. It's a 1-2 count to McGlawn. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's a 1-2 count to McGlawn. Truitt delivers. Pitch is outside. As right now we're in the middle of spring training. The Atlanta Braves just named their opening day starter. No surprise, Chris Sale. 2-2. Inside, running the count full. We are approximately 3 weeks away from the start of the minor league baseball season for the Columbus Cleanstones. There's a payoff pitch, and that is foul back. Cleanstones will be on the road, taking on the Montgomery Biscuits. April 15th, Synovus Park is the home opener as the Cleanstones taking on the Pensacola Blue Wahoos in the Southern League. A lot of great minor league teams in the Southern League. Truitt, payoff pitch, curve, just missed, high, ball 4. That was a curve ball that just didn't quite break. So McGlawn is aboard with a walk. And now Evan Long, who grounded out and struck out. He is 0 for 2 in this game. Shaw really trying to get out of this inning with only giving up the 2 runs so far this game, and that's looped into right field. Running back and making the grab is the right fielder, Lovett. And then the throw to third as the runner tagged, and McDonald able to get third base. They do get an out, and now we got runners at the corners for Smiths Station. So Evan Long flies out to the right fielder, Jake Folds, who is 1 for 2, singled and flied out to center. And now with Smiths Station leading Shaw 2-0. Shaw would really love a double play here. Here in the top of the 5th. And Truitt's got to be careful when he steps off the rubber not to get called for a balk. But Jake Folds, the batter. First pitch to Folds. And it's outside for a ball. Smiths Station taking on Russell County tomorrow. Shaw taking on Jordan. That game will be on the road. The 1-1 in there for a strike, 1-1. So far, this is the 4th Shaw game that we have broadcasted here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. This is the 3rd appearance here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field. The runner goes, and they're going to try to run him down. And that's going to be safe, and it's a good thing, Dormady making sure to get it back into the pitcher, because you have that runner at third that could have taken off for home. But that breaks up the double play. Smiths Station now with runners in scoring position with 1 out. Truitt in the pitch. Little dribbler to Weeks. Weeks is going to tag the runner for the second out, but the run will score. And Smiths Station now leads it 3-0. So that will be 3 unassisted. Folds gets credit for the RBI. And now Tristan Ward, the batter. Runner at third, 2 away. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Truitt, the pitch, and that's blooped. Shallow center. Sincere Ford makes the basket catch out in center field to end the inning, but not before Smiths Station puts up another run on the board. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 3-0. The Panthers on top over the Raiders. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Dylan Lockhart is going to come on for the Raiders to lead things off. And still out on the mound is Tanner Moody pitching the 5th. So far, 4 innings of work. No runs given up and 9 strikeouts. He has given up 3 hits. But just an outstanding performance by Tanner Moody. Lockhart steps in. Moody delivers. First pitch to Lockhart. That's blooped into left field. That is going to fall for a base hit. Dylan Lockhart makes the turn. He's got a leadoff single. And that will bring to the plate Jeremiah Lovett, who is 1 for 1 with a single, and he also has a stolen base. And Shaw's got the top of the order coming up after this. This is time for the Shaw bats to come alive. Pitch to Lovett, swing and a miss. And it is 0-1. We are live here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field here at Shaw. Lovett swings and misses, 0-2. It's a little chilly, and of course where I'm up, it's away from the sun, so it gets a little chilly, shaded. Lovett fouls that one off. Staying alive in the count. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got a fantastic slate of 5 sporting events on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. There's the 0-2 to Lovett, and that's in the dirt. It's 1-2. We got CVCC softball. We got Calvary baseball, Pacelli and Brookstone, Harris County Griffin baseball, Pacelli Calvary soccer. And that's a strike 3. 10 strikeouts for Tanner Moody. What a pitch. So with 1 down, the top of the order coming up for Shaw. Sincere Ford, 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Flied out to center in the first. A team that's got the best batting average on the team with a .424 batting average. One of the best leadoff hitters in this area, Sincere Ford. Takes a ball, it's 1-0. Moody. Ford pops that one back out of play behind where we are. And it goes into the woods. And if you make the effort, some of the kids that are here in attendance, they could try to go off into the woods and try to shag that foul ball. There's a 1-1 to Ford. Check swing, did not go around. And it's a 2-1 count. Smiths Station leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Shaw needs to get a big inning from their top hitters. They want to try to get back in this game. And I can understand why they did that. The umpire wanted to double check with the second base umpire to see if he went around. There's the 2-1. A little chopper to the third baseman. The throw to first. And he's safe. Sincere Ford with another single as he beat out the throw. Sincere Ford's speed on the base pass gives Shaw an opportunity for the tying run to come up to the plate. So Lockhart at second, Ford at first. And Deshaun Mays the batter. And he takes strike 1. It's an 0-1 count to Deshaun Mays. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Moody. And he fouls that one away, 0-2. And looked like Deshaun Mays is up there trying to swing away. Trying to get Shaw back into this game, down 3-0. The number 3 hitter, Otis Stevens, on deck for the Raiders. Moody from the stretch. The 0-2. That's going to be inside, and it's 1-2. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Moody, curve, just missed. Oh, that was so close to being his 11th strikeout. It's a 2-2 count to Deshaun Mays. Moody from the stretch, checks the runner, fires to the plate, fouled away, out into the woods, and it's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out. And Moody just stepping off the rubber. Just trying to keep Lockhart honest. Lockhart started things off with a single in this inning. The 2-2, and it's high ball 3, and a good job by Deshaun Mays being patient, working the count. How much longer is Coach Bird going to keep Tanner Moody in this game? This has been, an inning where he's been in the most trouble. That's fouled off, and battling up there is Deshaun Mays. Smiths Station's got a busy week. They take on Russell County tomorrow. They take on Columbus on Thursday. Those are going to be home games. Shaw, by the way, taking on Jordan tomorrow at Jordan, and then in Americus on Friday against Sumter County. Here's the payoff pitch to Mays. High ball 4. The bases are loaded. And the go-ahead run is coming up to the plate for the Raiders. Otis Stevens, who is 0 for 2, flied out to center and grounded out to third. Coach Bird's going to want to talk things over. We might have a pitching change here for Smiths Station. But why don't we step aside as Smiths Station leads Shaw 3-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. In fact, we will keep it here. So we are going to keep it here. And it'll give us an opportunity to thank our social media partner, CNAW2news.com, Colin Scroggins. As we appreciate Colin, and Georgia Alabama Sports Live is the official sports provider of CNAW2 News. By the way, we're going to be at the Columbus Civic Center this Friday for the first NAL game in 3 years for the Columbus Lions, as they are taking on the Carolina Cobras. Rivalry renewed. As, by the way, the team that finished preseason number 1 in the NAL, the Wheeling Miners, are 0-2 on the season. I just wanted to throw that out there. That's why you never really want to trust those preseason polls. All right, there's a gapper, and it's going to go right to Malone. He makes the catch. He's trying to double up the runner. What a catch for the first out. Nate Malone, it was hit on the button by Otis Stevens. Thought it was going to be in the gap, but Nate Malone, patrolling center field, gets the second out. And now Connor Dormady, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, has got a golden opportunity for Shaw to get some runs here with 2 away, and he swings and misses. Bases are loaded for the Raiders. Bottom of the 5th inning. Tanner Moody in a little bit of trouble trying to get out of this inning. Here's the 0-1. And that is on the inside corner, strike 2. Moody from the stretch. The 0-2. And there's a chopper foul. Look at that. And how about that arm by Coach Shackelford? You could tell he was a pitcher. He's still got it. He threw a laser back to Moody. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Dormady, and it's a brush back. Inside, it's 1-2. Moody from the stretch. The 1-2. And that's lined to the left field, a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Sincere Ford. And he will be safe. Sincere Ford scores, and it cuts the lead to 1. What a base hit by Connor Dormady. Bringing in 2 runs, and now Shaw trails 3-2. And look who's coming up to the plate. This is definitely a hitter you do not want to see up there. Kingsley Long, the leading home run leader around this area with 3 home runs already. Facing Tanner Moody with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th as Shaw now trails by 1. First pitch to Long, in there for a strike. Kingsley Long with 3 home runs on the season. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. And Long is behind in the count, 0-2. 1 swing of the bat, and Long can really break this game open. Moody from the stretch, the 0-2. Got him on strikeouts. And Shaw strands 2 runners, but not before they put up 2. Here in the 5th on a timely base hit by Connor Dormady to drive in 2 runs. And now Shaw trails by 1. We've played 5 here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field. It's now Smiths Station leading Shaw 3-2. We'll be back after this on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Welcome back here to Shaw High School. Edwin Jackson Raider Field. Smiths Station leads Shaw 3-2. The new pitcher on the mound for the Raiders is Sincere Ford, who in his 3rd appearance, he's got an ERA of 9. He is 0-1 on the season. And he's only pitched in 2 1/3 innings. He has given up 3 runs. He's got 4 strikeouts. And Sawyer Rins is going to lead things off for the Panthers, who's reached base twice. He walked and doubled, stolen base, and scored a run. Sincere Ford just trying to keep this to a one-run game. And the first pitch to Renz is high for a ball. Smiths Station led 3-0. Shaw put up 2 in the 5th. Thanks to a 2 RBI single by Connor Dormady. And the 1-0, and that's popped up. Is it playable? Trying to get under it. Ford. Mays makes the catch. And 1 away here in the 6th. Now Trevor Harris will be the batter. He walked, reached on an error, but got thrown out on the overthrow. Ford. First pitch to Harris, swing and a miss. And you can tell Sincere Ford has got some closer stuff. I mean, he's got a 9 ERA, but he's given up 3 runs in 1 inning. I mean, that ERA should come down. I mean, he definitely looks like he's just got physical presence, and this has got away from him. It's 1-1. But Coach Shackelford is going to some arms that have not seen a whole lot of action this season. And you got to get ready for a huge region game tomorrow. That's going to be low for a ball. It is 2-1 as these region games just continue having significance. Shaw was able to get the win over Kendrick on Friday, 19-1. But taking on Jordan and then Sumter County this week. And then they will travel up to Noonan to take on Heritage, as that's popped up out of play. Their next home game is going to be the 25th. So next Tuesday, they're taking on that school on the hill. The Carver Tigers coming to Shaw. And then that game on the 26th at Brookstone, we will have that for you on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Sincere Ford from the stretch. The 2-2 to Harris. And it's going to be a ball, and it runs the count full. Shaw just trying to keep this a one-run game here in the top of the 6th. The payoff pitch, and that is high and outside, ball 4. So Trevor Harris aboard with a walk. And now the number 9 hitter, Nate Malone, who is 0 for 2, popped out to the shortstop and flied out to the left fielder. The defense ready in double play depth. Nate Malone, the batter. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Top of the order coming up for Smiths Station. Ford from the stretch. The what? Oh, he almost got the runner to trying to pick him off over there. It's an 0-1 count to Nate Malone. Ford from the stretch. And the pitch. Popped up. That's going to be, is it playable? Mays ends up missing it. And that would have been huge. It had a tough angle. It's an 0-2 count. I didn't think it would stay in the ballpark. I thought it was going to be a foul into the bleachers. It looked like it was coming right at me. But it's now an 0-2 count to Nate Malone. Runner goes. High ball. 1 in the throw down to Dormady. It's going to be a stolen base for Trevor Harris. So it's a 1-2 count to Malone. Ford. from the stretch and the pitch. Strike three, got him looking. What a pitch by Sincere Ford. So 2 away here in the 6th, and now the top of the order coming up for Smiths Station. Lawson Stratton, who is 1 for 3 with a single, flied out to center and popped up to the first baseman. Sincere Ford trying to get out of this inning. First pitch showing bunt, gets away from the catcher. And Harris is now 90 feet away from getting that insurance run for the Panthers after giving up 2 runs in the 5th. I know their starting pitcher Tanner Moody would love to get some insurance runs so that he could possibly come out and work the 6th. The 1-0, and that is high and away. It is 2-0. And Smiths Station knows they don't start area play until April. That's when the real season starts because it's a fresh slate. Despite their record, I mean, they're 0-0 in area play. The 2-0, and it's popped up out of play, and that's going to be behind us over at the soccer field. Which, by the way, it looks like they're improving the soccer field behind us. They've added bleachers. They've got a walkway. They're going to pour cement, and they got a soccer scoreboard. They're trying to just build that up. The 2-1, that gets by. Good ricochet off the backstop, and Mays just hands it over to Ford. It's 3-1. And right now, with 2 away and first base open, you got a 3-1 count. I think you walk the leadoff hitter here. I think this got away from Ford on this at bat. Let's see what he does here on a 3-1. And that's going to be right down the middle, strike 2. So he's going after Stratton here. Now it's a 3-2 count with 2 away. Smiths Station leading 3-2 over Shaw. Ford from the stretch. Payoff pitch. And that is low in the dirt, ball 4. And so runners at the corners. Stratton is aboard with a 2-out walk, and now Kanan McDonald, who's been on base all 3 times in this game. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles at a fielder's choice. But now if you're Shaw, you just want to hope for a ground ball and get a force at second or first. Not worry about that runner at third with 2 outs. Sincere Ford. First pitch to McDonald is high for a ball. It's a 1-0 count to McDonald. Ford, runner goes. And that's going to be a strike. There's a throw down, and luckily Stevens was able to glove it. It's a 1-1 count. Runners are now in scoring position. Now Ford has just got to focus on the batter. Ford working from the stretch. The 1-1 to McDonald. And that's in there, strike 2. What a pitch by Sincere Ford. Ford from the stretch. The 1-2 to McDonald. And that hit him. And that loads the bases. And now bring to the plate the number 3 hitter, Hunter McGlawn, who has popped up to second. He has walked twice. Smiths Station leading 3-2. Top of the 6th inning, bases loaded. Ford working from the stretch, and the pitch to McLawn, and a changeup, and he got him, swung on a miss for a strike. That was a good changeup that fooled McLawn. I think he was swinging for the fences here with the bases loaded. The 0-1 to McLawn, swung on a miss, strike two, and now Sincere Ford can work. What do we got here? What just happened? It's now 4-2. It looks like the runner ended up stealing home. It's a 1-2 pitch. Just missed. It's 0-2 pitch. It's now 1-1. I think what happened was the umpire called a balk, and that's why he went home. There's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. So, yeah, basically, here's what happened. That was an illegal pitch, so it's a 1-2 count. It was an illegal pitch. The umpire called a balk, and the runner got to score home. The 1-2 is outside, is 2-2. So Smiths Station now leads 4-2. Ford from the stretch. The 2-2. That gets by the catcher. Mays, good job on the ricochet. Getting it back. It's going to run the count full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the 6th. As the lights starting to come on here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field. Ford from the stretch. The payoff pitch. As inside, ball 4, the bases are loaded. McLawn's been on base 3 times today. And now Evan Long, the cleanup hitter, who is 0 for 3, steps up to the plate. Ford, that pitch gets by the catcher. There's a play at the plate, and he's safe. That was a very close play, and a good job by Mays off the ricochet. It looked like he tagged him, but it looks like the runner did get underneath the tag. It was a very close play at the plate, and now Smiths Station leads 5-2. And that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. That's high for a ball. It's a 2-1 count. Here's a 2-1. It's looped into shallow left. That's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. There's the tag, and he's safe. Smiths Station has broken it open here in the 6th. They now lead 7-2. That's going to be a double for Evan Lawn and knocking in 2 runs. And now Jake Folds will be the batter. Single to start the second. 2 stolen bases, a run scored, a fly out to center, and a ground out to the first base. Here's the throw. Another stolen base for Smiths Station. Seven to 2, Smiths Station leads Shaw here in the top of the 6th inning, as they have put up 4 runs in this inning so far. Ford's got a 1-0 count. And is outside. It's 2-0. Ford's pitch. It's in there for a strike. 2-1. That gets away from the catcher, but he's able to make the stop. It's 3-1. There's the pitch. Popped up. Fouled out of play. And it runs the count full. By the way, congratulations to Chattahoochee Valley Community College Lady Pirates for defeating Bryant and Stratton College in the first round of their national tournament in the NJCAA, 67-48. Congratulations to Coach Joe Richardson. They pick up the win. Payoff pitch. That is outside, ball 4. We got runners at the corners now. For Smiths Station, they'll bring up Tristan Ward. So they will take on Lincoln Land Community College in Joplin, Missouri tomorrow, 3 p.m. in the second round of the NJCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship. It's Coach Shackelford going to have a talk with his pitcher. And I know that he wants to try to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs, but you got a huge region game tomorrow against Jordan. And I know Coach Shackelford might want to try to save some of his arms. But this is definitely a game where a lot of pride at the line. I mean, these two schools have faced off against each other in multiple sports, including in football earlier this year. It was broadcasted on WTVM. It was dubbed the State Line Showdown. These two schools will play again in football. This time it will be at Kinnett Stadium. That game was at Smiths Station. Shaw was able to get the win. It is 7-2, your score. Runners at the corners. Tristan Ward, the batter. Sincere Ford. First pitch to Ward. It gets away from the catcher, but a good job able to field it off the backstop for ball 1. This broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, and Buffalo Rock. We want to thank our presenting sponsors. Ford, the 1-0 pitch. High for a ball. It is 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. To Tristan Ward, the pitch. And that hits him right on the shoulder. And the bases are loaded. And Coach Shackelford's going to come out and let's see if he's going to go for a pitching change here. That's going to be all for Sincere Ford. We're going to have a new pitcher. We're going to step aside as Smiths Station leads Shaw 7-2 here in the 6th. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Back here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field on the campus of Shaw High School, the new pitcher on the mound for the Raiders is the lefty, Dylan Lockhart. His 6th appearance. He is 1-0 on the season with a 7 earned run average. As Smiths Station has the bases loaded with 2 away. Here in the top of the 6th inning, as Smiths Station was able to put up 4 runs in this inning. Here's some of the upcoming games coming up for, starting with the Smiths Station Panthers, as they will host Russell County tomorrow. And then on Thursday, they're going to host Columbus, hosting Dothan on Friday, Albertville on Saturday. And then they go on the road for their spring break, taking on some schools that I don't even recognize, Briarwood Christian, Hartzell, Calera, and Stevenson. And then come April, it's go time. It's area play. Opelika Central and Auburn. They're going to face them all. And that's going to be like a new season for Smiths Station. As for Shaw, well, they got a big game tomorrow against the Jordan Red Jackets. And then they go on the road to Americus this Friday, take on Sumter County. Swing and a miss. Sawyer Rins is the batter with the bases loaded. It's an 0-1 count. Dylan Lockhart coming in, and there's the pitch to Rins, and that is in the dirt. It's 1-1. Shaw's next home game will be next Tuesday, taking on the Carver Tigers. We saw Coach Patrick Butler make his appearance on Spring Media Day as Carver kicked things off at the Beck Center yesterday. Here's the 1-1, and that is in there for strike 2. And Dylan Lockhart is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Bases are loaded for Smiths Station, up 7-2. Lockhart delivers. Got him swinging, but it gets away from the catcher. He's got to throw it to first. Does get the out. The side is retired, but not before Smiths Station puts up 4 runs here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Shaw's got some work to do. They now trail 7-2. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the new pitcher on the mound for the Smiths Station Panthers is Bogi Damke. He is going to be facing the leadoff hitter, Kingston Long, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double. Shaw now trails 7-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Damke, first pitch to Long, and that is outside for a ball, 1-0. Damke's 0-1 and a changeup. He's got Long swinging at a low pitch that was out of the strike zone, but it's 1-1. Damke going to work quick. There's another changeup, strike 2. And Damke does not waste time with his pitches. He goes right into his windup immediately. Getting prepared for the major leagues there, because now they got the clock for those pitchers. There's the 1-2, swing and a miss on a changeup, and down goes Kingston Long on strikeouts. Now Ashton Weeks with one away. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Damke from the stretch, and the pitch to Weeks, sidearm deliver inside for a ball. 1-0 count to Ashton Weeks. And the pitch, that just missed. It's 2-0. Damke, the 2-0 pitch, sidearms it, drives it deep. Left field foul. It's a 2-1 count. Sidearms it, high fly ball, center field. Malone camps underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. So Dylan Lockhart, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single, here with 2 away. Damke from the stretch, and the first pitch to Lockhart is right in there for a strike. He has got a wicked changeup. The 0-1 is outside for a ball, 1-1. And when you have your specialty pitch is a changeup, it's hard for hitters to try to time it. And it's not about timing, because this might be the only inning that he pitches. I know when you pitch a changeup, I mean, seeing Major League Baseball pitchers like Jamie Moyer and Tim Wakefield, I mean, they got those great specialty pitches. You know, Jamie Moyer used to pitch 50 miles an hour. It's hard to time it. There's a 3-1, and that is high, ball 4, and Lockhart is aboard with a walk. And here comes Jeremiah Lovett, the number 9 hitter. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And then we go back to the top of the order for Shaw. Lovett steps into the batter's box. Damke's first pitch to Lovett is in there for a strike, 0-1. Damke, the 0-1, and that is drilled into center. That is going to fall for a base hit. Jeremiah Lovett gets his second single of the game, and now Shaw with 2 runners aboard. The top of the order coming up, and Sincere Ford, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, has got a .424 batting average. Sincere Ford has an opportunity here with 2 away. Try to get a 2-out rally going for Shaw. Damke from the stretch. First pitch to Ford. Change-up, swung on a miss. 0-1. So Damke had 2 quick outs. And then all of a sudden, Lockhart gets aboard. And Shaw's threatening. Ford, ground ball to the shortstop. Long throw to first with a stretch. And Sincere Ford is safe. He got his 3rd hit of the game because he beat out the throw. Sincere Ford's speed just loaded the bases for Shaw. And that's the thing. He's got a chopper into the deep part of shortstop. Evan Long tried to get him out. That was a very impressive stretch by McGlawn, but it loads the bases for Shaw. And now we got the number 3 hitter, Otis Stevens, with a golden opportunity to try to cut into this lead for the Raiders. Trailing 7-2 here in the 6th. And he's out. Yep, the umpire had to call, they had a discussion. They called him out. They just called him out. It looked like Sincere Ford beat the throw. The umpires reversed the call, inning over. I have never seen that in high school baseball. They reversed the call. The umpire called him safe, had a discussion with the home plate umpire, and now they're talking it over. Coach Shackelford wants an explanation. We played 6, Smiths Station, leading Shaw 7-2. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
All right, welcome back here. Top of the 7th inning, Dylan Lockhart on to pitch the 7th. In a recent turn of events, it looked like Sincere Ford beat the throw at first. It would have been bases loaded with 2 outs with Shaw down 7-2. I mean, this is a huge game changer. The umpires talked it over. And one of the umpires must have saw something different. It was a close play. It was a bang-bang play. I mean, we don't have instant replay in high school baseball, but sometimes an umpire will call one thing and then the other umpire sees something different, has a different angle. So they talked it over, they reversed the call, and Shaw stranded the bases loaded in the 6th. Now that we got the top of the 7th, Smiths Station coming up to bat, up 7-2. And Dylan Lockhart on to pitch the 7th for Shaw. I mean, the umpires got the call right. I mean, they saw something different. You know, the home plate umpire had a different view than the second base umpire, the field umpire. But they are allowed to reverse the calls. And that's exactly what happened. Trevor Harris going to lead things off for Smiths Station. He's walked twice and stole a base and scored a run. He was also thrown out on the fielding error. His 2nd time up. Shaw's going to turn around and play Jordan tomorrow. That will be a road game. As Shaw right now in 2nd place in the region, Jordan is in 3rd place. That's going to be a huge region game for both teams. Smiths Station going to be hosting Russell County tomorrow. It's Trevor Harris leading things off here in the 7th. Lockhart, the lefty, winds, delivers, and the first pitch, and that is looped in. Oh, what a stop by Connor Dormady! What a catch! Just laying out on the dirt and grabbing that one. That was tattooed. It looked like it was going to be a base hit to right. And lo and behold, Connor Dormady. There's one away. And now Nate Malone. That might just be the play to fire up Shaw as they will bat in the 7th. Trying to make a comeback here in this game. And that pitch just missed. It's 1-0. Lockhart winds the 1-0. And that missed as well. It's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Lockhart delivers the 2-0, and that is high, ball 3. Three balls and no strikes. Lockhart pitch to Malone, and that is going to be ball 4. So Malone is aboard. And now the leadoff hitter, Lawson Stratton, who is 1 for 3. He's got a walk and a run scored. Back to the top of the order for Smiths Station. We got the lefty-lefty matchup. Malone gets back to the bag. The classic lefty-lefty matchup. Lockhart and Stratton. Runner goes. Throw down, and that's going to be a stolen base for Malone. And so Smiths Station now has a runner in scoring position. Here in the 7th. And Lockhart steps off the rubber. Lockhart working from the stretch, and the 0-1, and that is going to be lined into center field for a base hit. Malone is going to hold at third, and we got runners at the corners with 1 out. That's the second hit of the game for Lawson Stratton. And now the number 2 hitter, Kanan McDonald, is going to come to the plate. He has reached base all 4 times. He has walked, scored a run, 2 singles, a stolen base, and grounded into a fielder's choice. You talk about an on-base percentage here in this game, as that curve is high and above the letters, 1-0. It is 1-0 to Kanan McDonald. Smiths Station leads 7-2. Up. And he's got to play. He's got to play at the plate. Tagging him. Got him out at the plate. The runner at first slipped. Lockhart was trying to get him, but he had to focus on the runner, so now there are 2 away. There's a runner at second. That was a huge play to get the lead runner. To tag him out at the plate by Mays. And now Lockhart could just focus on the batter. Lockhart. Pitch, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. It's 1-0. Correction, that's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. We are live here at Shaw High School. Edwin Jackson Raider Field. This field was named after longtime Major League player Edwin Jackson. Played in the majors for nearly 16 years. I cannot even count the number of teams Edwin Jackson played for. It has to be more than 15 Major League teams. Also played for Team USA in the 2020 Olympics. That's a chopped foul. It's a 2-1. Also Stephen Register, longtime Auburn pitcher. His number's retired here too. And the legendary coach Charles Flowers leading the Shaw Raiders to a state championship in 2001. That gets by the catcher. Now we got a runner 90 feet away from scoring a run. Smiths Station winning a baseball championship back in 2015. It's a 3-2 count. Got him outside corner, inning over. What a job by Dylan Lockhart shutting the door here in the 7th, but Shaw is down to their final outs. They got 3 outs to do it. They trail 7-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, grab me one too.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Damke on to pitch the 7th for Smiths Station as the Panthers lead the Raiders 7-2. And Deshaun Mays is going to lead things off. And turn of events in the 6th inning. It looked like Sincere Ford got a base hit. They reversed the call, and he was called out. So Deshaun Mays will be the batter. And then that changeup gets fired in there by Damke. It's 0-1. When is Shaw going to be able to time this changeup? It's 1-1. Got the heart of the order coming up for the Raiders, down 7-2. By the way, Glenwood trailing Smiths Station, top of the 7th, over at the softball field, 9-3. High towering shot. Left field, Malone tracks it down in left center for the first out. And now Otis Stevens, who's 0 for 3 in this game. Shaw 2 outs. They got to try to get something going here. First pitch to Stevens is outside for a ball. Damke trying to close out this game. It won't be a save situation for him. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Damke from the stretch, the 1-1. And that's away, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Stevens, fouled away. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 away. 2-2 pitch. And that hits Stevens in the back. He's going to take first base. And now Connor Dormady, who is 1 for 3. He had a 2 RBI single. That was in the 5th inning. That was when Shaw cut it to 1. They were down 3-0. Dormady made it 3-2. And that is a strike. Wait for the umpire to give the call. Nope, that's a ball. Now that's a strike. Sometimes the umpire, sometimes it could be a little late on the call, but yeah, if they could do that as that is outside, it is 2-1. But my favorite umpires are the ones that are colorful, that do the chainsaw after the 3rd strike. Love seeing that. 2 balls and 1 strike. Damke, the pitch, high above the letters. It's 3-1. Can Shaw get a rally going here in the bottom of the 7th, down 7-2? Remember, they got to turn around and play Jordan tomorrow on the road. They're going to go across town. 3-1. It's popped up. Is it playable? The catcher does not have room as that actually hits the net. It's 3-2. Jake Folds just ran out of room. I tell you, if we were playing at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, he would have made that catch because they have a deep foul territory. That's why one year you had that one pitcher, Dallas Braden, ended up pitching a perfect game. Payoff pitch coming. And that is going to be low, ball 4. Shaw's got 2 runners aboard. And here comes the guy you want up when you got 2 runners aboard, Kingsley Long, who is leading majority of the teams around this area with 3 home runs. And we are going to get a courtesy pinch runner for Connor Dormady. Trying to get that pinch runner's name. That will be Jordan McGee, who's pinch running over at first. Coach Shackelford over there coaching third base. 1 away. Shaw with runners at first and second, down 7-2, bottom of the 7th inning. As Bogey Damke trying to close this one. First pitch to Kingsley Long. That is inside for a ball. And if there's anybody that can time the changeup and take one out of here and probably land somewhere on Schaumburg, that's definitely Kingsley Long here on this at bat. And the runner goes. Damke is got him in a pickle. Huge play. And the ball gets away and everybody's safe. As Shaw catches a huge break. You had Otis Stevens, who was just caught in a bind. I mean, he's just trying to get a good jump on the pitch. As the fans starting to get restless here at Edwin Jackson Field. That is low, ball 2. This is definitely the hitter you do not want to pitch to. Kingsley Long will make you pay. Here's the 2-0. High, ball 3. And let's be honest here. If I'm Kingsley Long, I'd take a pitch here. I might even take a couple of pitches here. I know his old baseball coach, Coach Michael Long Jr., might be saying the same thing. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. Kingsley Long, also the twin brother Kingston Long on deck. the Long twins. There's the 3-1. High ball 4, bases are loaded, and his brother Kingston Long coming up with the bases loaded. And Kingston Long is 1 for 3. He's got a double with 2 strikeouts. Coach Bird is going to try to get a new pitcher out to try to shut the door and get the closing for the Smiths Station Panthers. They lead 7-2. Shaw's got the bases loaded. We'll step aside as we got the new pitcher. He'll get his warm-up tosses in. We'll be back after this right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Get ready to smile because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smiths Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
And we are back. Bases loaded, bottom of the 7th. Kingston Long the batter, Evan Long the pitcher. He is the new pitcher on the mound for the Smiths Station Panthers. Long takes ball 1. Still 1 out. Shaw just trying to get the tying runner to the plate. Bases are loaded. They trail 7-2 as that pitch is in there for a strike. Evan Long, the 1-1 to Kingston Long. Up the middle, it's bobbled. He cannot make a play. 1 run will score. The bases are loaded. That's going to be a base hit for Kingston Long. And Shaw trails 7-3. That was hit right up to Evan Long, and he lost his balance on the mound. It hit off his glove. Nobody could make a play. McDonald tried to charge it, but the speed at first base by Kingston Long able to reach base safely. And now here comes Ashton Weeks with the bases loaded. Weeks represents the tying run for Shaw. So 1-0 count to Ashton Weeks. Evan Long pitches a strike right down the middle. It's 1-1. Long from the stretch. The 1-1 to Weeks. High above the letters. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. To Ashton Weeks. Line drive into center field. A base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another throw at the plate. Safe. And Shaw just scores 2 runs. They now trail 7-5. Ashton Weeks coming up with a clutch hit to cut the lead to 2. Unbelievable. And here comes Dylan Lockhart. He is 1 for 2 in the game, and he represents the go-ahead run for Shaw. Bottom of the 7th inning. Shaw has put up 3 runs here in the 7th. They now trail 7-5. It's a 1-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Kingston Lawn at second. Weeks at first. High, ball 2. Long from the stretch, the 2-1. That is low, ball 3. And the Shaw crowd are on their feet. Still with 1 out. Shaw battling back here in the 7th. The 3-1 to Lockhart is high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And the go-ahead run is on board at first base with 1 out. And Jeremiah Lovett will be the batter. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Shaw keeps this going. We'll have the top of the order coming up. And remember, the turn of events in the 6th inning. Shaw was trailing 7-2. Sincere Ford, which we thought was a base hit, would have been the bases loaded with 2 outs, gets called out at first when the umpire decided to reverse the call. And we got a pinch runner coming up for Shaw. That is number 15. That is Boris Garcia. Ducks on the pond here at Shaw. Trailing 7-5. Evan Long, the pitcher, trying to close the door. This is now a save situation for Smiths Station. I know Evan Long trying to pick up the save. Here's Jeremiah Lovett. Here we go. Evan Long, the first pitch to Lovett, is outside for a ball, 1-0. The Shaw fans are on their feet. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there, strike 1. 1-1 the count to Jeremiah Lovett. Sincere Ford on deck. Here's the 1-1. That's in there, strike 2. And some of the fans don't agree with that call. But sometimes it's very subjective. Could go either way. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. No, that's a foul ball. He did get a piece of it. Lovett stays alive. Bases loaded. 1 out. Does Shaw trade an out for a run here? Here's the 1-2. And that is outside. It's 2-2. You're taking a risk. If you trade it out for a run, the goal is just to at least try to tie it. Shaw is the home team. Trying to walk it off here in the 7th. 2-2. High fly ball. Left field. This should tag the runner. The runner will tag. The throw. And Kingston Lawn is safe. Shaw cuts it to 1 run. But now there is 2 away. And now the leadoff hitter, Sincere Ford. Tying run is in scoring position. The winning run is at first base. Sincere Ford is 2 for 4 in the game with 2 singles. First pitch to Ford, and that hits him. And the bases are loaded. Ford gets hit by the pitch, and now Deshaun Mays with the bases loaded. 2 outs. The tying run 90 feet away for Shaw. as Shaw put up 4 runs here in the 7th, and they trail by 1. Long first pitch to Mays is in there for a strike. 0-1. Evan Long working from the stretch, the 0-1. High ball 1, it's 1-1. The Shaw bench is on their feet in the dugout. I don't see any rally caps on. Man, we used to do that in Little League. The 1-1 in there, strike 2. Evan Long 1 strike away from closing out this game. Smiths Station leading Shaw 7-6. Bottom of the 7th inning. Mays wants to call timeout. Oh, the adrenaline pumping here at Edwin Jackson Raider Field. Evan Long, the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. It gets away from the catcher. And that backspin on that ball might have saved Smiths Station from Shaw scoring the tying run. Okay, here we go. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Evan Long, the stretch. Mays calls time. That pitch does not count. A good job by Mays to step out of the batter's box, regroup, try to see what he wants to do here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Long, the 2-2 pitch, ground ball right to the shortstop, and tosses it to second, and the ball game's over. Smiths Station wins the game in a thriller, an all-time classic. Shaw was down 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th, and Shaw came back, and they were inches away from at least tying this game. They fall to the Smiths Station Panthers by a final score of 7-6. It just reflects how Shaw was able to battle back in this game, but Smiths Station is going to get the win. They go to 7-13. They will play Russell County tomorrow. They'll play Columbus on Thursday. Shaw is going to play Jordan tomorrow on the road, and then they will travel to Americus to take on Sumter County on Friday. Well, Tanner Moody pitched a fantastic game for Smiths Station. He had 10 strikeouts, and he pitched 4 scoreless innings before Shaw was able to put 2 runs on the board. And it was a pitcher's duel. It was a back-and-forth game. And Shaw comes up short here in this game. Once again, the Smiths Station Panthers, they travel across the river to Columbus, Georgia, and get a win against the Shaw Raiders. Shaw goes to 8-8 on the season, and they will start region play against Jordan tomorrow. All right, so I'm Richard Holdridge signing off here from Edwin Jackson Raider Field here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Once again, Smiths Station defeats Shaw 7-6. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.